Welcome back to M Hood Fishing, everybody. This is fan mail number 52. Yeah, you're right. First thing up is a really awesome looking postcard. Yeah, you're right. I like getting strange looking postcards. This one is from our friends at Dream Big Productions. Plush Bat Fan. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, man. I really dig these awesome looking postcards. What's going on, Tulsa? Put that to the side. What is it? Ooh. Ooh. We better check that out. It's probably a possum. Possum. I bet that's what it is. Is it a possum? Do I need to get out the cricket bat? I don't have one, but I got something adjacent to that. When your coonhound starts barking, you open the door and she runs through the house and starts sniffing the floor. You know it's a possum or a raccoon under the house. Maybe a cat fight. It's definitely not a person crawling under the house. If it is, man, pretty desperate, because I wouldn't want to crawl under the house. Yeah, you're right. So, got us another package to open here. You know, a couple days ago, I did a video where I opened with my bloopers, and I was just like, you know, one clip I didn't sound right, and then I started to film, and I was just like, blah, 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 blah. And people are like accusing me of being high on something that I don't do, or drunk. Now, I don't care what you say. You can make jokes, whatever. I don't really pay attention to the comments, but there was one comment I just saw a few minutes ago that I got to clarify. It said, "He good and drunk." No. I stopped drinking a long time ago. I've been sober since before Christmas. Like sometime in early December, I just stopped. And I don't plan on starting again. Even though I can hit the town like crazy right now, because look at this. I got the stacks. Okay. Added to this stack of fake cash. Yeah, you're right. Hence why I called the video Double Fake. Now, I was talking about a real thing where you think you're getting a bite right after you've cast into the river, but it's the drift. And so you convince yourself, oh, it's not a bite, it's a drift. And then you turn away, and all of a sudden, there's a bite. So, the double fake. Yeah, you're right. That's why we left the bloopers in there. We just kind of rolled with the bloopers and kind of got inspiration from my own bloopers. I started just like forcing the bloopers. People thought that it meant that I was on some kind of illicit substance. I was purely sober. I'd had drink a lot of black tea. Guess who these are from? Yeah, you're right. Plush Bat Fans. These are actually, I don't know where he's getting this fake cash from, but it's kind of cool looking. Like that is a massive banknote. Some of these are different. This is a different kind of paper. It's got a texture to it. What does this say? Hell banknote, it says on the back. Let me pull one out. Hopefully you can see that? Hell banknote. These are for when you go to hell, you can afford the rent, because it's probably pretty high there. I'm sure they have a huge occupancy rate. Not a lot of turnover, but lots of people looking for places to rent in hell. You know, no, it's not a joke about Jersey. We used to make jokes like that about Jersey when people would say, "Go to hell, man." I've been to Newark. It's not that bad. Actually, I have been there, and parts of Newark back in the day, in the 90s, were bad, but there were parts of Newark that were not bad. I liked going there. I would go there just for an adventure. Walk around in the middle of the night, get a cup of coffee, maybe a bagel, look out over the water. Big box time! Tulsa gave up on sniffing the floor and getting upset about whatever it was that upset her. She is right behind you, just kind of chilling. What could be in this box? Ooh, I'm glad I didn't plunge the knife down in there. What is this? I'm not sure what to make of this. Uh-oh, hold on. What are you doing, Tulsa? She's trying to sneak under you guys. It says Fisher Price on it. Let's turn it on. I'm not sure. It's a big inflatable piano is what it is. Huh. Very interesting. Is there a... Oh, I want to try to play this. Am I going to have to do a search to figure that out? Obviously, we need batteries, so right back. It's actually not an inflatable piano. It's something, I haven't looked it up online. You put it on the floor, I suppose, and there are, I'm not going to like move the camera, I'm just going to move this thing. Are these buttons right here? As you see, I have batteries in. We've got the light indicating that we're getting power, but we're not getting any sound. So we're going to just have to like check it out later. Turn it off. So, the first three things, plush bat fan. Yeah, you're right. Dream Big Productions, plush bat fan. Thank you very much. I get a kick out of the fake money. You know, banknotes from hell and postcards that are kind of eccentric. So, that is obviously something for me to play with on my music channel. We'll figure it out later, but we have a package here and I'm not sure who this is coming from. I don't think it's coming from Plush Bat Fan. There is not a return address here. There is a message on the box that says read first, so I suppose there's a letter that we need to fish out of here and read that first. It actually says read her first. Her. Okay, I got a letter and I got a CD. I'm like wondering if there's another letter. Oh no, that's a piece of cardboard. There's some other things written in here too. We will figure those out as we get to them. So, what? CD says 8/30/23 boom fishing hood. Okay. M Hood. I enjoy both of your channels. I have 3, but yeah, M Hood Discovered I have not been doing much with, but perhaps next year. But thanks. I'm glad you enjoy both my channels. The CD is a mix from audio from your channels. Okay? Feel free to circuit bend this. Circuit bending is when you actually, what you mean to say is use this audio in my music or whatever. Circuit bending is where you do stuff to old circuitry of things that make noise to manipulate it. But I get what you're saying. I understand. On M Hood Boom, the equipment, it says in your M Hood Boom equipment. Yeah, you're right. I will check it out. I don't have a CD player right now, though. With this, there is almost zero chance of copyright content problems in my non-lawyer speech. Forgive me, I'm reading slow because the hand is in cursive and I want to read it correctly. Sometimes reading other people's writing is daunting. Not always, but sometimes it is. The lures are an example of the fact that something goes up and down, but fishing equipment goes up and down. Oh, I just couldn't. I'm sorry, I can't get through this paragraph. We'll figure it out what you're on about there. I fish near Highway 20. Oh, you're a local. Or somewhat. I fish near Highway 23 and am looking for someone to go with me during the fall. Redfish, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying. It wants to go red fishing with someone, me, I think in particular, and in fall, down 23, the redfish in fall will migrate back into the marsh there. Keep creating, Scott. Oh wow, you live all the way over in Livingston Parish. Yeah, you're right, Scott. Sorry I had a hard time getting through your handwriting. It's just, one of those things. It happens. But I'm sure if we ever meet up one day, you'll explain to me the bits that I couldn't understand. I just couldn't decipher it. Okay, here we go. Here's that cardboard with the writing on it and the jig heads. It looks like this is a spec rig. It's a double rig. Perhaps you tied it up, Scott? We will see. Dual red or black drum rig. Okay. You could use that for spec, but also, yeah, those are actually like, those jig heads you see people use for redfish a lot. You can also use them for trout. Put swim baits on there. Other soft plastics. Ah, very cool looking jigging skirts, jigging tubes for crappie or other things. That is a good color for certain water. I was thinking about this color for a particular water just yesterday, a little north of here. where green pumpkin and, works really well. Not so much down here south of the lake, though. Here we go. More Sakale jigging skirts. Another good color for water that's not that dirty. Just kind of tea colored water. Jig heads for Sakale. There's a interesting hair jig. More Sakale jigs. Not necessarily just Sakale. I mean, you could use those for warmouth, bluegill. Here's just a random bag with some hair in it. White feathers. Perhaps that fell out of it. Quite a bit of these little things. Here's another Sakale jig with the jig head. Another one. On the bottom down here in the box, it says in Sharpie, fishing channel is to know someone that does. And here we have this. Do you recognize? Oh, wow. This is pretty cool of you, Scott. Sent what I am going to assume is a vintage lure I do not recognize. I have a vague memory of something similar where, it's got the treble hooks, 3 treble hooks, 2 on the side, but I'm not sure. Maybe something from up north or something. I'm scratching my head. I believe I've seen lures with 3 treble hooks on them, but I'm not quite sure about this. Is there anything written on it? This is not wooden. Has a bit of weight to it. That is pretty cool, though. Thank you. And actually, thank you for all the interesting things you sent. Here pretty soon we will be able to use such things as this, because in fall we can take advantage of a bumper bluegill panfish season that happens, and then we will wait. Actually, in a lot of places, Sakale should be biting when we get into fall. It doesn't always turn on crazy around here, but in other parts of Louisiana, especially more north, middle of the state, and north and East Texas, in fall, Sakale, crappie will start biting, and also up north in certain places, you get this fall bite on the crappie, and you can get it here in Southeast Louisiana. It's just never as crazy as it is in other places, like in East Texas, all over North Texas, and up in further north in Louisiana, and other places like Mississippi and the Midwest, to a certain extent northern Midwest, like Minnesota, Wisconsin, those places. So definitely crappie season coming up in the fall, but probably not going to see any crazy crappie fishing immediately, I'm sorry, close to me right now, not until January and February, possibly March. So, could always travel. Yeah, you're right. All right, guys, I'm actually starting to cook. I'm feeling it. And I'm cooking in the kitchen. I've got the AC off so we don't have that droning hum noise. And it's not super hot outside tonight. It is nighttime right now, but it is warm enough to where it's uncomfortable in here. So we need to get out of this video. So we need to say this right now. Thanks for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, and I will see you next time.